Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Alfons Schwarte. I'm representing the German Federal Association of Small Medium Enterprises in Malta. And in this function, we open the door from German companies to the Maltese market and for Maltese companies to the German market. And today we have got the honor to have a very interesting guest, the CEO of 16 Coworking Offices, Mr. David Seisun. And I'm very happy that he's here. Hello, David.
Hi, Alphonse.
Thank you for having us here. And I would like to start immediately. So can you tell us a little bit about your company and the office solution you offer?
So yes, basically we offer flexible spaces. The idea started off around 3.5 years ago, exactly just before COVID, whereby I come from a startup background. So I always kind of experienced growing a startup from basically nothing. And we wanted to give startups the opportunity of working in a space where it's not just simply an office. It's a co-working space where they can meet new people. They can not just work on their own in their own bubble, but also be part of a larger community, especially if they are coming from an external country than the local country in the region we work with.
So that is very important for some entrepreneurs. They're going to be entering the Maltese market because they need a helping hand, and in this case, you could be one of those helping hands. Yes. All right. Yes. Yes. So it's quite important. And I've got another question because I spoke to some of my clients and they were asking me, how do you ensure that your office solutions are customized to meet the unique needs of each client?
So, very interesting question, and it is, the world is changing, and I think COVID was the biggest reality check for office space, I must say, where for 2 years office buildings were empty and they were unused while
Hmm.
people were paying rent and paying electricity and paying
Hmm.
internet connections. So our idea is to make the office solution flexible. So that's why also very soon we will be rebranding our company to Flex Spaces from 16 Co-working. Why?
Oh.
Because co-working is one part of the offering, but as you clearly mentioned, people are now looking for flexible spaces.
Hmm.
The era of commitment for a 10-year lease for a, say, 300, 400 square meter office is over, because what happens if, okay, I've committed to a 10-year lease for an office, but what if I need 1,000 square meters in the second year? Because
Hmm.
my company grew beyond my expectation. What do I
Hmm.
do then? What do I do with the lease? Do I lease somewhere else and end up having a disjointed office? Do I actually need all that space? So we have clients who book desks. We do it with our company internally. So basically, none of my employees have their own desk.
Hmm.
Everyone has access to all the desks available in the spaces. It could be in our office in Marsa. We have a new office coming up in Mosta. But they just book in the morning or a week before. They can book a desk, they can book a meeting room as per requirement and
Hmm.
use the space that they need when they need it and just for what they need it. The rest, the space becomes available for someone else. So a company with, say, 30 employees or 10 employees would not need more than 3, 4 desks or
Hmm.
none at all, because they are running on a flexible package, a package which would allow for their employees to choose where to work from. So it's not fixed to one location.
Hmm.
but flexible. I might have meetings. You are very familiar of Malta. I might have meetings in the north. Why should I ask my clients to come to the south?
Mm-hmm.
Why not meet them in a co-working space in the north side of Malta, where I know that the amenities are to the level that I am used to, because all the spaces are the same. But at the same time, the client can be welcome in the same way I would welcome them in my home office, which is in Marsa.
Mm-hmm. That is very interesting. Can you walk us through your process of, let's say, your onboarding process? Because I think it's going to be quite different when somebody's going to rent an office for, let's say, 5 years, or even in my space, we did it for the next 3 years. So it would be a little bit different if I'm coming to 16 Coworking.
So the process usually starts by sitting with the client and understanding their needs. So, for example, we understand what are the schedules of the company. I'll give you an example. For example, my companies, we work with a 60-40 rule. So 60% at the office, 40% work from home. So employees are free to choose when that 40% is. So basically, it is 2 days a week they can choose to work from home. Usually, in our offices, we see that Mondays and Fridays are the least populated days because most of our employees tend to look to work on a Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday in the office. So we see what the schedules are, what the kind of work that the client does. So is it a call center where people need to be at a desk from a certain time to a certain time? What kind of meetings do they have? Do they need boardroom services? And how often is that required? And based on the requirement, we will decide, okay, so we will tailor make a package for that company, which would potentially include, example, 100 hours of desk space plus 10 hours of meeting room space plus access to the co-working for 20 people.
Very good. That's going to be very interesting for a lot of people.
And that can be utilized by the team within the company for the period that they are leasing with us. It can be 6 months, it can be 1 year, it can be 2 years. But we usually, while we like long-term leases, we usually do not encourage a lot of long-term, because who knows what's going to happen tomorrow.
I think that is also one very big point. What sets your office solutions apart from your competitors? Yes, that you're more flexible. I guess that is the main point.
Yes, I think what sets us apart is also the community. So the community is the one key thing which we focus a lot on. We try to, as much as possible, ask our members, our clients, to be open to talk to their fellow co-workers, because today you might be sitting next to an accountant, tomorrow you might be sitting next to a lawyer, and you can always learn from different people at the end of the day. So we also have areas for breaks. So all the breaks are taken in a space where everyone is sitting and eating together in a shared space.
Very good. And in this moment, I would like to do some advertisement and for our own interest, because we're going to have our round table at your offices on the 13th of April. So, and everybody who's already in Malta, we are delighted to invite you to see the office of 16 Coworking.
Who is not, they can fly in very easily.
They can fly in, yes. It's quite easy. So, and then everybody has a chance to see the office and what it makes part of that community. Thank you very much for that. And for your future plans for the development and expansion of your office solution, you just mentioned that you already have a new office in a different town, in Mostar. Yeah. So how many people can you host?
In Mostar, so in Marsa, we are expanding by an additional 400 square meters to be offering around very close to 1,000 square meters here in Marsa, with facilities which are beyond just what we currently offer. So we're including a event space seating up to 50 people, so we can have either large meetings or presentations to up to 50 people. We're also including a salad bar in the premises, so even healthy lunch will be a part of the 16 co-working experience. So where does the future hold? So we're in the process of opening up our Malta outlet later this year, our expansion in Marsa, and we are franchising the model. So we would like more offices to be open around Malta and abroad. So we have our offering will range from the office that we currently operate to even properties which offer camps or a space where people can host a retreat for their team. Again, with remote workers, you don't always need an office, but you might need a space to meet all your external employees in one space for 1 week. So as a company, we're looking to kind of grow and expand our offering. So basically, office space is no longer something that an entrepreneur needs to worry about. We can be flexible with them based on the needs of that particular day, not of this year or next year or the next 5 years, but of today.
That sounds very interesting. That's a brilliant idea. Even that you in those, sometimes we speak to entrepreneurs and they complaining about difficult times, but you are completely different. You say, "Listen, I'm going forward." Yeah, so that's very good. That's Malta.
We try to make entrepreneurs' lives less difficult.
Yes, very good.
One problem at a time.
Yeah. Thank you very much, David, for this insights you gave me. You gave us from your company, 16 Coworking, and it was a pleasure having you here. And we can wish.
Small note from our side, and also for your viewers, we would like to offer everyone a free day of use within 16 Coworking. Thank you, Michaela, for the code. So if you go to 16coworking.com and book a day pass for the coworking, either peak or off peak, as you wish, and use the BVMW 2023 code, your first day is free of charge to come and work in Malta for 1 day in our offices.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And for now, for everybody, a nice weekend we wish and hope we see each other all in Malta.
Same to you.